Today's lesson is our introduction to polynomials. We're going to look at classifying polynomials, putting them in standard form, and then starting with operations on them, just adding and subtracting. I think you'll find today's lesson pretty easy. Okay, so first is classifying them. To classify them, you have to look at two things. So the first one is the highest exponent is called your degree, and then how many terms. Terms are separated by adding and subtracting. So this has degree 5 and it has 4 terms. Okay, so if the highest degree is 1, that means it is linear. If degree 2, that means quadratic. So we've been dealing with linear functions and quadratic functions this year. And then if we get into degree 3, that is a cubic. 4th degree is quartic. And 5th degree is quintic. And then after that, 6, we would just say it's the 6th degree, 7th degree. We don't go on with fancy names, really. You could, but not necessary. Okay, number of terms. If you have one term, that is a monomial. 2 terms is a binomial. 3 terms, trinomial. And then 4, 5 plus anything past that we just call polynomial. And you could kind of think of these words as your adjectives and these as your noun. So you could have a quadratic trinomial. You could have a quartic monomial. You could have a linear binomial. And we're going to look at examples of what those exactly look like. Okay, so here we have a polynomial. We're going to first write it in standard form. Standard form just means you put the highest degree first, and then you write them in decreasing order. So this is just an easy flip. I'm going to put the 3x to the third, and then plus 7. So the highest degree is 3. So this is cubic. And then there are 2 terms, so it is a cubic binomial. Okay, for the next one, let's see, standard form. Here's my highest degree, so that has to be first. And then it has to be in decreasing order, so these have to be flipped. So standard form, negative 2x to the 4th plus 5x squared plus 3. So degree 4, that is quartic. In 1, 2, 3 terms, that is a quartic trinomial. Okay, here's the next one, x to the 5th minus 3x to the 4th plus 2x to the 3rd minus x squared plus x. So these can get long sometimes. So I've got, let's see, 5, 4, 3, 2, and this technically has exponent 1. So they're already in standard form. Okay, the highest degree, that will be a quintic. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that is a quintic, and then we just go to polynomial. So there is how you write polynomials in standard form and then classify them, or name them, meaning the same thing. And now I'm just going to do 3 examples of adding and subtracting polynomials, which it just really means we're combining like terms, which you have done since middle school. So this should be pretty easy. Okay, so let's do 2x to the 3rd minus 5x squared plus 3 plus 3x to the 3rd plus 2x squared plus 7x minus 1. Okay, so if I'm going to add these 2 polynomials, they because it's adding, it's really just combine like terms. when you are combining like terms, you do not change your exponents. So 2x to the third plus 3x to the third is 5x to the third. Change your coefficients, not your exponents. Okay, negative 5x squared plus 2x squared is negative 3x squared. Okay, I have this plus 3, which I would combine with the minus 1, but I have this plus 7x. I don't have anything to combine that with, but that has to go next. Plus 7x, and then 3 minus 1 plus 2. Just make sure to always put your final answer in standard form. Okay, let's make it a little more challenging. All right, I've got 5 minus 3x squared plus 8x minus, let's go 2x to the third plus 2x squared minus 7 plus 2x. Okay, so things are not given to you in standard form, but we have to make sure our final answer is in standard form. And then also we have to deal with this subtraction. So subtraction, my advice is to distribute a negative throughout. Oops, that was supposed to go here. So if we distribute, changing the sign of our second polynomial, and then get rid of our parentheses, and then we can look to combine all of our like terms. So 5 minus 3x squared plus 8x minus 2x to the third. It's going to go to minus 2x squared, changes to plus 7, and changes to minus 2x. Now, I like to look for the highest degree first, so I only have this one, negative 2x to the third. And then after I deal with it, I like to cross it off. Okay, negative 3x squared minus 2x squared goes to minus 5x squared. I've dealt with it, I'm getting rid of it. All right, 8x minus 2x is 6x. And then 5 plus 7 is 12. So there I have subtracted those two polynomials together. Okay, so here is the final example. So maybe pause the video to write it all down. As you can see, all these terms have x's and y's and some exponents. So let's look at what can we combine and what can we not combine. First, I'm dealing with adding, so I can go straight to combine like terms. All right, so here I have x squared, y squared, x squared, y, xy squared, x squared, y, xy squared. I can only combine that first term with another x squared, y squared, and that's 4 minus 4, so those actually cancel out completely. All right, so now I have 7x squared y. And negative 3x squared y, that would give me 4x squared y. And then 2xy squared plus 2xy squared is 4xy squared. So you cannot combine those any further. So some of these can get kind of tricky, but I think you guys will do really well with this lesson. There's your full video. Good luck.